Let me know when I'm up.
Looks like it.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Sam Irvin. This is the Irvin Music Studio Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. live stream weekly broadcast. Still working on the title. Still working on getting my monitoring all worked out. But I think I'm feeling hopeful. And to join me in some hopefulness is Edwin Mericle. Is that how I pronounce your name? Come on over. The drummer for Phantomex. Are you playing in any other groups or doing anything else around town at the moment?
Yeah, I play in a Tom Waits cover band also.
Okay, solid.
That I think I've played with since right after college, like a long time now. We only gig like twice a year.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
How long has Phantomex been going?
2017, I think the summer of that. We started kind of seriously jamming up together. It's me and my one of my best friends, Isaac Crouch. We went to high school together. And This is like our fourth band we played in together. When we were 16, we played in this half cool, half really, really bad instrumental prog band.
Okay.
Together, yeah.
He's got that prog tone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys are tight, so I could see that you guys have been playing together forever.
Yeah. That was kind of the start of it too. It was like I haven't not played in a band since I was 16, and but it's not always the band I want to play with. Most of the time, it's not. I just like playing drums, and so I'll find someone who needs a drummer and do it. And then I was getting tired of it. Yeah. So I'd been in too many bands where like maybe the people were great, but the music was not so good, or they were a-holes, or whatever.
But you and this guy have stuck through it.
Oh yeah.
The whole time. And are you guys team up and say these other guys are terrible? Let's get out here and start a new project. Sort of mutiny.
That's kind of how we started up. Yeah, we were both in the similar situation. Mm-hmm. And we're like, we know we play together, and we know we like the same kind of music and what kind of music we want to write. So let's just do it.
Yeah, Phantomex is not very Tom Waitsy.
No, not at all.
Very different. It's balls to the wall. The singer is awesome.
Yeah.
Screaming. Do you guys all chant stuff too? Sometimes it sounds like there's like a bunch of people singing.
Sometimes, yeah.
At the same time. Yeah.
I've got a couple parts that I do live, just because Isaac, guitarist, he does the other singing. The male vocal that you hear most of the time.
Right.
That's not Abigail, obviously.
Yes, I was referring to Abigail being a badass. But he's great too.
But there's some parts that he just can't sing and rip at the same time. So it's like two parts I think during our live set, and I'll just scream while I'm playing drums.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's tough too, I guess, to coordinate that.
Yeah, it's just, I guess it's maybe the same with guitar too. Just muscle memory.
Yeah, you just gotta half think about it.
Yeah.
Mostly not.
If my body can just do it, then I can think about the singing or the screaming or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I definitely want to just talk more about your bands for sure, but I want to mention that we know each other through UNCA.
Yeah.
You were studying music in the music program, as I was when we were there. Did we play in an ensemble or anything?
We did. I don't know if I know we played in big band.
Oh yeah, with Rich Willie directing most of the time.
Oh my god. Yep.
That dude. I still use his books to teach my trumpet lessons with my trumpet students, because that was I didn't know that at the time so much, but he's got a whole publishing company. And
really?
Tons and tons of books. Yeah. So that's interesting.
That's cool.
Playing next to him, I feel like is the reason I'm partially deaf.
Oh man.
He's a big personality.
Yeah. He didn't like me very much.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. No. Not with you, but for me, I mean.
Oh, yeah. I mean, excuse me. I think my senior year, he got Russ Wilson to play like 3 songs in the very final concert.
Oh,
because he didn't like me.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was sort of weird, just Russ Wilson being there. Russ Wilson's a cool guy, I guess, but he was just there all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, Rich's friend was just there to, like, play with us. Yeah, that was odd.
Man.
So did you finish your music degree?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. When did you graduate?
2011.
Okay, that's what I thought. You were like a little older than me
Yeah.
at the time. I was 13. We're both old though now, because that's like 10 years ago.
I know.
I had a guest, 3 or 4 guests back, was Dean Merritt, and he just graduated last year.
Oh, man.
And it was talking to a baby. He works at Moog now, too. It was like just a couple of steps behind where I'm at.
I try not to think about it. Because, when we go out to play shows, like, half the scene now is, our age when we were in college. And, like, what I was doing in college. And some are really good friends, but then they're like, oh, I just turned 23. I was like, I don't want to. Let's not talk about that.
Right, yeah. And certain behaviors are like normal in the scene, like going out every night and drinking, like, and it's just impossible at this point, Like, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll come and see some live music again.
Yeah. If I really like you, then I'll come out every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm too tired.
Yeah. The music's gotta be good. I do like going to see some like harder music. Sometimes I go out and see something. I'm like, oh, I'm wasting a night. This night, there's so few and far between, so valuable. Like, here, can I get down to Fleetwood's? That's like the spot to be. I really like that. But the jazz jams are cool too. Have you been to Bill Bear's jazz jam at Archetype? Was he teaching? No, if you left in 2011.
No.
Maybe he wasn't teaching yet.
He had just started.
Oh, okay.
He had maybe been there for a year, maybe 2.
Gotcha.
But I don't think I really had anything to do with him. Yeah.
Well, his jazz jam at Archetype on Thursdays is pretty cool.
Okay. The Archetype on Haywood?
The one
or the
on
one
Broadway.
Okay.
Next to Moog.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you when you go out? Are you seeing other rock bands usually?
Yeah.
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 Crowd surfing. Breaking walls.
Yeah. Yeah, I mostly just go out to like support friends. I like their music. It's a lot of fun, but also like the whole theory of the whole scene. If I don't go out at least occasionally, then how do I expect anyone to come to my show?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, reciprocal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go out. Usually Fleetwood's. The Slag Rug. Hopefully one day it'll be up and running again.
Yeah. They're staying in that same location?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're having a few outdoor shows this summer. I know they had like a big kind of like punk prom, and then they had a huge metal band come through or something. Like Viking gross death metal. Cool. Like
okay, yeah.
But they have like I think a few days during the summer where they've allotted and gotten the correct permits to like just do parking lot shows that doesn't interfere with like the construction and all that stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I hadn't even been to that newer location.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
The other one was like small and dinky.
It was so tiny, but it had one of the best sounds in town.
The old one?
Like, yeah. It was, maybe if you take this half of the room and then elongate it,
yeah.
It was very small, but it was just like wall-to-wall trinkets and books and like bookshelves and just anything you can think of. Just there's so much stuff in that room that it all just absorbed all the sound. None of it bounced around.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's cool. I could see that, although I don't think I've ever heard that, because it's funny to bring it up in the rock, like on some level I know that punk shows happen there, but whenever I ended up at that old Slag Rock, it would be for some weird performance art thing.
That makes sense.
They're pretty wide open with who they let perform there, and it was often those moments of like like I felt like I was being tested. Like, do I like art? Do I like artsy stuff?
Right. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight after what I just saw.
Maybe I don't like art. Maybe
Yeah, the new spot's cool though. I mean, they've been there for a few years, and it's just an old, I don't know, it's a hangar. Like, it's just a big open platform.
So terrible sound.
Oh, well, it's
like
it's
a huge...
I mean, it's mostly all wood. But it's
not like gymnasium.
No, but it's like all that's outside.
Mm.
And they have like a pool table and a like ping pong table and like a huge like 1,000-inch tube television with Mario Kart 64 on it and like all these old stupid video games. And then you go inside of the bar and where the stage is too, and it's just a wall of TVs and like old video games, and have another room with a grand piano in there next to the bathrooms.
This does sound badass.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a little weird, but I like that place a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Weird can be good. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I was about to say I haven't been going out much for the past 2 years, but I guess everybody's feeling that way. And now I'm like feeling my way around. You know, there's like, I guess I'm part of like a scene of like wedding musicians.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be like funk jam, like funky projects happening at like One World Brewery.
Yeah.
Or the jazz jams at One World, or stuff like that. So I make it out there. I like the country western night at Double Crown, which is like not my scene at all. And I like how like unfamiliar and alien it is for me. I mean, I'm from around here, so I guess it's like in me. It's somewhat, but I just like the twang and like the slide guitar, and like I'm into it, but that's not like where I belong. I don't know why I go there.
Right. I get that. I've played in those bands before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not playing. I'm like
but I know it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's like the weirdest project you've drummed for, and also where are you from? You can answer in whatever order you'd like.
I'm from Morganton.
Okay.
So just an hour east.
I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And I moved here to go to college and then stayed.
You've been here the whole time?
Yep.
Yeah, I can relate. From Brevard.
There you go. Yeah. I don't need to go back.
No. We don't.
No. And then...
Weirdest project. The Tom Waits frontman, it must be pretty good. Because...
It's pretty good.
I could see like a not good Tom Waits frontman, and that would be a terrible project to be part of.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. You remember Christian Ferry?
Oh yeah.
Bass? Yeah, he plays bass for the Waits band.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's just really a bunch of jazz musicians, and then the singer, guitarist, who is just incredible. Just embodies the whole persona, and like kind of inebriated state, and like we drink, but we don't get like that. But he's just like kind of messing with the crowd, like has the voice on the whole time. Does a really good job.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
We don't play that often. We're just too old, and everyone has kids. And
is Tom Waits still kicking? Because he's got to be
alive.
too old to be gigging a lot.
I don't know
at this point.
When the last time he played, though. He's like done more movies than he has played. I know he did. He was in that Licorice Pizza movie. It was an indie movie that came out last summer maybe. He was in a Buster Scruggs, the Coen Brothers Western anthology series on Netflix.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. He's still alive. Just don't think he performs anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're getting there. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could table weirdest project. Because I guess that's just throwing shade on some level.
I know, someone's not gonna like it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I don't even know. I played in a lot of weird groups when I first moved up here and didn't know anybody and just played. And like, there was a whole kind of crusty punk scene where just everybody smelled bad and like everyone like are just gonna make noise basically.
Oh right, like staring at the pedal board kind of stuff. Sometimes,
yeah.
That's not the groups you're talking about.
Before like I even knew I had even heard the term shoegaze.
Right.
This would have been in like 2008 maybe. Yeah, that might be the weirdest. I don't know, but I've played in.
It's especially weird because you're out there, you're young, you're like following the threads, and I don't know, experiencing all of it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more, you know. Yeah. What were you about to say?
I don't know.
Sorry. All right. Crusty punk might not be shoegaze. I'm conflating. Yeah, I do like a lot of wedding gigs and do music full time, and so I feel somewhat like I would love to spend more time bar gigs or brewery gigs, fun gigs, rock gigs, but it's just so hard to budget that time up. Did my camera freeze or did my laptop freeze? That's the question.
Oh.
Up?
We're good.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
It looks like we're having a good time. That's a plus.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to do that too. More or less. I don't know. I graduated with a music degree and with the intentions of making a living at it.
And then you got an electrician.
I got an electrical engineering degree after playing in 3-4 bands and taking like higher on gigs. I'll be like, give me $100 and I'll learn 30 songs in a week.
Yeah, that's not doing it right.
No,
yeah,
I know.
That's too many songs.
No, yeah, but like, but you know, yeah, playing in 3 bands, doing guns for hire gigs, but then also having to work 3 jobs, like at the same time. It was exhausting. I wasn't making any money. I wasn't happy. It's like, I love music. I'm just gonna play the music I like to play.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I went back and got my electrical engineering degree. Which I'm super happy with. I have a nice job.
Yeah.
And I still get to play music.
I know, I'm almost envious. Yeah, the grass is greener sometimes, you know. That's really cool. I think about alternatives from time to time. I think drumming is harder too because it's harder to go play a gig by yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
About half of my gigs are by myself, which is nice.
That makes sense.
Sort of self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And I play trumpet too, and so I would do some like soul band stuff at weddings, and those are insane, like $300, but you have to like leave here at 10 a.m. to drive to like Winston-Salem or whatever, to then set up before any of the guests get there, and then sit around for hours until you finally play at like 9 until 12, and then pack up and then drive home and get home at like 3 or 4 in the morning. And to get paid like $350, that's not gonna happen. Yeah,
no,
I'm not gonna do that. But the solo guitar is not so bad because you show up for the ceremony.
Yeah,
and I still get home or get to do stuff at like 9.
Nice.
This sort of works out. But throughout the week, it's a little tighter with lessons. I was telling you, that I teach a huge block of lessons on Wednesdays before the live stream, and there's always like a little bit of like, let's get all set up. But I'm really proud. Let's test. I'm gonna like hit the volume on this monitor just to make sure that we haven't been muted the whole time. Not gonna happen. Yeah. Hey. Okay. Great. We sound great.
Nice.
And I accidentally got the camera in the shot, which is really professional.
Nice.
It looks good for the live stream. Yeah.
It's too late now.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if Instagram's working. This is still the level of professionalism that's going on here. Oh, it's teaching me about how to live stream while I'm doing it. I wonder if it's been running the whole time. Looks like it has been.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So thanks for joining me on the live stream. Not to reset like a radio show or a podcast. Thanks for joining me on the.
If you missed us, we've been here the whole time.
Yes, it is 8:30, I think.
Okay.
On Wednesday, the 25th.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
Still working on that. So yeah, I started the live stream actually, and relevant to what we were just talking about, because I was just grinding music all the time and not necessarily playing what I want to play, and didn't get to jam. So this is creating space in my life to like do music for fun, and just talk about music and catch up with old friends and network and do it up. So yeah, thanks again for being on.
Man.
Let's talk more about UNCA, because I barely remember it. It was like 10 years ago.
I know. I don't either.
There's the big band. We had those various jazz ensembles.
Yeah, I was in a couple combos. I feel like the bad thing about the music degree is you have to take your normal credit hours, and then you have like 5 or 6 more hours of ensembles you have to do.
Yeah.
And it's like every semester is 20 hours.
It was a lot.
It's a lot.
I got too enthusiastic. Like the first semester of my sophomore year, I remember I took like 23 or 24 credits, and I like lost all my friends because I never saw anybody. Yeah, and I was trying to do too much, like wind ensemble and the big band. It's like I don't need to be in everything all at once.
No.
I liked UNCA's doing the liberal arts thing, like having to take the big variety of classes. Were you a music tech or a jazz studies?
Yeah.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I wish that I'd gone like 3 or 4 years later though, because they really developed the program a lot more and added the BFA, which I probably would have gone for.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't want to do music tech. And I didn't want to do general, because I was like, I was never to be honest, never the biggest jazz fan. But I was like, I'll do jazz instead of general. It'll at least get my chops maybe another level above like where they might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. General music seemed like if you're going to teach.
Yeah.
Or more classical bent. Which now I mainly play classical guitar, and that's not even what I was doing there. I started that like afterwards, really, or like my last year. But yeah, the jazz stuff, I was like shreddy and rock and all of that, and I thought that was the way for me to improvise, was to do the jazz studies program.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I still like use a lot of techniques that I learned, for like Latin and jazz and stuff, and then put them into punk rock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some clave going on.
Yeah.
Nice. I wish we could play samples from Phantom X or something. Or I'll put you on the spot and you can do a solo of one of the Phantom X songs. Kidding.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
But it is really good, I guess, if anybody's watching this at all. Which, the viewership is very low.
That's fine.
Frank with everybody. But Phantom X is dope. I dug it.
Man.
Yeah, I sort of like listened to it like resignedly, because with other guests, or you do the research and you're like, okay, all right. And then I was taken by it. Yeah, it reminded me of like the Pillows, which is like a Japanese rock band.
Okay.
It just really grimy, but still like a lot of like harmonic progression happening.
Mhm. Yeah. We're really Mars Volta at the drive-in. Big influences. The band Me Without You is a really big one.
I don't know them.
You should check them out. They're very good.
Cool.
That's like, I think Isaac and I have gone to, Isaac especially, will just travel and see Me Without You. They're on their farewell tour now. They're coming to Asheville in June. I think that I've seen them more than any other band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to that show in June?
Yeah. I tried to see if we could open for them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No cigar?
No cigar at all.
Dang.
Well, they're just like right above the level of like needing or wanting local support.
Right.
Yeah. So they're bringing another band called 68 with them, and they're also really cool. They're fairly new, I think, but
so they're not playing on June 30th, which is when your show is at Fleetwood's, is that right?
Yeah. We also have one on June 4th.
And it's my birthday.
Nice.
Sweet.
Happy birthday.
Where's that one at?
The 27 Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Talk about some iffy sound. I don't know if you've seen anything in there before.
I have never been there. But we'll see how it goes.
It'll be good. It'll be noisy, but it'll be good.
That's fine. Everything's always noisy.
Right.
But we're releasing an EP too the day before on the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
We've released 2 songs off the EP already. And they're on our Spotify now. But everything, I think, releases on our Bandcamp on the 3rd, and then eventually on the streaming ones when they settle in, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
After you see what you... Yeah, I was going through the Bandcamp, and it seemed like each album, you just have one song available to listen to, and then you can purchase vinyl and stuff like that.
We have a full-length album that we did, and we released it in 2020. And then we released 2 singles off the new EP, a little sporadically. And one of which is a little 7-inch split that we did with another band in town who were super kick-ass, called Here's Your Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, we've got a song on one side, they've got a song on the other side.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you guys get those pressed at like Citizen Vinyl or whatever that place is?
We did internet pressing.
Solid.
It was much cheaper.
I've never been to that place, but apparently it's very hip.
That's what I hear too. And I've been told that we will not be. What am I looking for? We are not too loud to play there. But It looks like we are. I don't know. That's kind of how I look at venues too. It's like, I don't think we could play One World West.
Yeah, you'd probably blow that place out.
Yeah. But
unless you're on the backstage outside.
Yeah.
Even still though.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting to think about venue sound like that. I went and saw... I'm blanking on the name. Oh, Consider the Source.
Oh, nice.
At ISIS.
Yeah?
And that was great, because ISIS's sound is great. But they're still sort of like blowing me away.
Right.
Like right there, and it's only like 3 dudes, and he's basically a jazz drummer. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that band's awesome, though. That's cool. So do you remember why you didn't want to do the music tech program? Because I don't. I feel like looking back, I maybe should have done the music tech program. I guess you wouldn't have gotten those chops necessarily.
Right. I also just had no interest in recording or, the synthesizers, the whole Moog aspect. I really just wanted to play drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Keep it simple. I guess that's probably how I felt at the time too. But now, since I worked at Moog for so long, I think I developed the taste after a time. There's towers of stuff now, but it sort of anchors me in this way that I don't know. I have cognitive dissonance about it. So I like now have all this stuff, and I'm like, all my stuff in my studio is like so precious. Stuff, you know, like sometimes I just think like I should just like sell it all and buy like one guitar.
I don't know.
And insure it. Make sure I'm set with that one.
It's not the worst idea, but it's just very impressive.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's coming together. It's a work in progress, you know. I should probably paint this wall. Walls in general. Get it a little bit more. I just got it sort of renovated last year with the drop ceiling with the lights, and then this is like my HVAC unit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little too much information perhaps for for the listener, but there's some pretty fancy insulation up above the drop ceiling that helps with sound dampening.
Oh, cool.
And goes a really long way.
Nice.
And but then this is like a box, like an acoustic guitar, you know, like right where the drum set is. So I tried to stuff it with like blankets.
Oh, yeah.
To try to dampen it on that side, but there's still the reflective surfaces.
Yeah.
That I need to cover up with more of the diffusion. But that stuff's kind of pricey. I don't know.
Yeah. Well. Good luck, man.
I think we froze.
Yeah.
I think we froze. So let me address that real quick. And I'm just going to start that. All right. Man, I thought taking it down to 1080p would solve that problem. And I changed the format of what the camera was capturing. MJPEG was the recommendation online. Let's see if I can quit and go back. Sorry to leave you hanging out over there.
Oh, I'm fine, man.
Work in progress, like I was saying. There we go. All right, well, we lost the angle of the cool angle with the microphone, but we'll see how long that keeps up. Yeah, I was using these little Q2N cameras. I've got one positioned above the drums to catch you later.
Mm-hmm.
Although I got two of them. Oh, but I can't use them at the same time because they are such a similar. Because my computer thinks it's the same one. So when you switch back and forth, it makes the other one freeze.
What?
So it's like, okay, I guess I need to buy a different brand of camera. And this Brio was recommended to me. I could get like a nice streaming, you know, fully fledged, like awesome camera for like $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
But right before I did that, I actually took like video editing lessons last year. Because I take those little Q2N cameras to wedding gigs and stuff and like capture myself. And I'm really procrastinating on editing all of those down. So I've got like 40 videos of me out on gigs that eventually I'll whittle down into like little supercuts and release like a series of them or something.
That's crazy. I just use my iPhone.
I know. I could just keep it easy.
Literally everything. I have like in my guest room is a practice room too, and I've just got a mic stand with a little octopus.
That's right. We haven't even talked about these videos that you put out all the time. I love them. crappy songs with a good drummer.
Yeah. I renamed it since then to just Drum Remix.
Oh, okay. That's a little less throwing shade on these
right.
songs.
Well, yeah, and like at least one person would be like, "That's not a bad song." It's like that's not the point, man.
It's like Britney Spears and
it was just like pop songs.
Mm-hmm.
Some songs were bad.
Where you then drum like a crazy rock drummer over these pop songs.
Yeah.
Blend them together.
So I would just go through thousands of different ones and like find one that I thought would be cool. Of most of them were like Guitar Hero or Rock Band stuff where it was just guitar, vocals, and bass. So like drumless tracks. And so I just download that, play along to that, and then sync them up later.
Mm-hmm. Using like your iPhone to sync them up?
Just using iMovie.
Nice. That's sweet. Yeah, that's convenient.
Yeah. But since, I started doing that during COVID when I was just at home or at work. I kept working throughout COVID the entire time. Because people kept, because I work at Wicked Weed and people kept drinking. So like our kegs, went to nothing, but then like our can numbers just exponentially skyrocketed. Maybe was working like 60, 70 hours a week for like 3 months straight.
Like in the height of it. Time?
Yeah. And like 6 feet apart, mask all the time.
Encumbered, yeah. I quit Moog right when that happened. Left Moog, and but I heard about like the protocols and stuff that everybody was going through at the time. Yeah,
it was a lot of working.
and
is
yours like? Are you doing like manual stuff like with a mask on? That seems.
Yeah, in a big, not temperature control warehouse in the middle of summer.
Yeah,
it's very, very hot and uncomfortable, and just everyone's angry. And like, so during all that, like, Phantom X we, like, Isaac and Abigail live in Morganton, and me and the bass player Max live here, so, like, we just use Google Drive to, like, throw ideas across and kind of, like, sort of write songs. We would get together occasionally, like, during the whole heat of it, meet, but, like, once every 4 months or something. So it was like I used playing over these drum tracks to just, like, find a little fun niche.
Yeah. How many are you up to?
I don't
kept
know.
Track?
They're all on Instagram. I might have deleted a few that were not as good as I thought they were. But I don't know. I've done at least 20. I don't think I've done 30, but like between 20 and 30.
Oh, okay. I thought it was more than that.
Maybe it is. I have no idea.
I don't either.
I just put them up and then
move on to the next one.
Yeah.
You know how that goes. This is number 15. I am keeping track of. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I did change it to a drum remix, one, so that people would stop being upset for something stupid.
Right. But what was it before? Because I don't think I got it right earlier.
It was shitty drums.
Shitty drums.
Yeah. Or shitty drums.
Not shitty drums.
Shitty songs with me on drums.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good.
I thought it was funny. And, but then also I was kind of running out of songs. So I was like, I'll just do, like, sometimes I want to play songs I actually like. But do the same thing. So it's like, now I can just do it all in one kind of title. No one gets hurt. We all have fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I had a dangling thread, and then I just thought about a technical thing. The joys of worrying about broadcasts. I was like, I reset the camera, but then, I don't know if I put it on the right dimensions as I was setting it up, but it's really not important. Although I might go check it in a moment.
Okay.
Phantom X, working at Wicked Weed. So you've been there for some years, like throughout the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, I've worked there for 5 years now.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a long time. I was, when COVID happened, was doing online lessons, and those children and people were not angry, but they were like so bored, and every day was so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my wife's a teacher, and so she had to do the same thing for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Took up the guest room, the music room is also the office. Yeah, so she had to teach
classroom
virtually while my dog would come up and just sit behind her in the chair and then go
like jump on her. Yeah.
She hated it though. She was like, everyone's so bored, no one wants to be here. It's
a
terrible way to teach, especially I can't even imagine teaching music.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing here?
All right, I need you to play the trumpet, but you have to do it from 30 feet away. Because I can't.
There's a lot of, I actually still have a couple of virtual students that I happened to get. Like, I teach a 7-year-old. She's about to turn 8. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
She's not watching. But out in Charlotte, and so I still teach her virtually, and that's cool. And there's a whole lot of like, because if you try to talk at the same time over Zoom, like comes in and out. And so there's a lot of like, okay, that was pretty good, and you've got it good enough for us to play together now. So mute yourself, and I'll play chords while you play the melody. And then she'll unmute, or whoever it is will unmute. And I'll say, was it good? Because I couldn't hear it. And there's some stretch of time where they'll be like, I don't know. But then they learn that I react positively when they say, yeah.
Okay.
So after a while, they just say yes, no matter what.
Nice.
Even if I see them like drop their guitar or whatever.
It was great. Wish you could
having a blast.
Yeah. I taught drum lessons for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do it at a place?
I did. Have you heard of Experience Music?
Mm-mm.
They're a small little. I think they're still small. I think they're still a thing.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they are. I feel like they had a concert maybe a few months ago. But they get like, it's the band Hustle Souls. They kind of pretty much run it.
Okay. Is that a play on like Muscle Shoals?
Very well might be. I've never thought.
Okay.
They're a great band too. But they all teach, or at least when I was there, like they all taught there, and I just came in. I just needed a place to. I guess they advertised on Craigslist when they were first starting up. I taught a few students there. I taught a few students in my house. I don't know. It's hard to do sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially with like little kids. I think I had one student who was like 4.
That is a tiny drummer.
Dude.
The tiny drummer boy.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. And it could be a girl.
Yeah, it was a boy.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's great. But like, the 4-year-old doesn't need drum set lessons.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Wait.
I like the enthusiasm here.
Yeah. And I will teach him if you're gonna pay me.
I know. Sometimes you're put in that position.
Yeah.
For sure. I try, and there's some randomness to it too. Because if you get like 3 of those 4-year-old drummer students in a row, it's like that is a long hour and a half or whatever. Like hopefully it sort of times out to where you get like an advanced student.
Right.
Or students that practice.
No.
Just period, not happening.
I know I didn't practice when I took lessons as a kid.
Yeah, same. So it's hard to blame them.
I know.
Yeah.
I know I didn't practice enough in college. I practice all the time now. Like.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, I had to hit late 20s to be like, I should probably do this. And now I do it and like I enjoy it and it's fun.
Let's talk about that. What's your like routine like? Do you do it in the morning? Do you do it whenever you have time? Do you like do it after dinner?
I do it. No, I don't do it after dinner.
I know.
I have to digest.
Andy, I went back to UNCA to take some guitar lessons because I was getting some because again I never did classical or I had a classical teacher. I was getting some like weird muscle stuff, and I took with Andy Urick briefly. He came on the live stream too.
Okay.
And he's a guy who does like a morning practice and then an evening practice after dinner. I don't get it. It's crazy. But just to make you feel bad about what you're practicing. What's your routine? Sorry.
I practice according to my work schedule.
Oh yeah, because you go in.
I have a shift where I work kind of like 5:36 to 2 or 3, and then I have another one where I work 1 to 9, give or take. So just depending, I'll either practice at like 3 or 4 for like 2 or 3 hours, or I'll practice from like 10 to noon and then go straight to work.
Okay.
But not usually every day.
Yeah.
I just have a lot of things to do.
I know, it's hard to get that every day. I'll have, I was talking to, I'm talking to people about this a lot, I guess. This is what I'm doing. I can stop naming other people, name dropping, by the way. I've had other guests, not to make you feel bad. But,
that's fine, at least I'm not number 16.
I'll tell them about you saying that. Who is number 16? Tune in next week for... I don't know. I'll have to look by the end.
Okay.
But, sometime I'll hit like 3 weeks in a row, 2 hours every day, and then it'll like fall off, and I'll hit 2 weeks with like not practicing that much, you know? And I just guilt myself because I think it should be like every day. Like it should be perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
But I also come to, like, if sometimes I'm not feeling it, and sometimes I have a terrible practice, and I'm like, I'm not going to do this. It'll be better tomorrow. Because otherwise, like, I'm not getting anything out of this except being irritated and, like, sweaty. And
yeah, totally. It's very much my job now to practice classical guitar.
Yeah.
And so I definitely put in like that time just on like running stuff, and I don't count practicing stuff for like wedding requests and stuff like that towards my practice time.
Yeah.
I think about my practice time as like being better, like doing the stuff that's making me better.
Right.
Like new charts and sight reading, stuff like that. But I would love, ideally, just keep edging to like practicing 5 or 6 hours a day, but like it's everything. And I video edit for 5 or 6 hours a day, and then I live stream for 5 or 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
I can do it all. I don't think I can do it all. That's I'm hyperbolizing.
If it hadn't, there's the, you know, if I didn't have to work, but I work because I got tired of trying to be a musician full time, but I really would love to be a musician full time, but I have to work. Yeah, it's. Yeah, so I'd like.
Is there a? Sorry, go ahead. What?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'll practice. Like I'll run through songs. Oh yeah, I play in another band called. It's a really new band called Snake Whale.
Cool, I like it.
With just guys that I've been friends with, and just for in the music scene for, I don't know, maybe 10 years now. And like we've always played in separate bands, and always wanted to play in bands with these guys, just never worked, and now something happened. Guys from this band called Passion Bath, and then singer from old band was called Shadow Show. Yeah, we have our first band with that, or first gig with that is going to be in August with Phantom X, pulling double duty.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's that at?
That's at Fleetwood's.
Okay. Yeah. Fleetwood's is the spot.
It's,
from what...
Yeah, you got Fleetwood's.
For rock, I mean.
Yeah, you have, I guess the 27 Club. We'll see on June 4th. I've never even been there before. From what I see from the shows they are procuring now, it seems like it is a better spot. But I remember hearing that it was like, it sounds gonna be really bad and it's weird.
Yeah. I don't know how. I'll talk to you about it off mic.
But there's Static Age.
That's true. Yeah.
And then there was. I already talked about it. Yeah, Slag Rock until they burned down.
Right.
And then the Mothlight, which.
It's gone.
Oh my God.
That was a big hit.
That was a really big hit. That's why, like.
That was a great venue.
It was amazing, and they catered. They really liked locals. Like they had Mothlight Mondays. That was like 3 local bands every time. Like, and it was free. Like, and they knew that they were gonna lose money. But you know, and then they have a kick-ass, really huge band come on a Friday. There was rap wrestling. I don't know if you ever saw that, but they'd have. Oh man, it's great. They put a huge, like an actual size wrestling ring in the standing area.
That's crazy. I did go see one of those bands, I forget the name of it now, where somebody played Zelda. And
Bit Brigade.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it. That was a cool show.
Bit Brigade's really cool. Yeah.
Definitely.
I can't. That blows my mind.
I know, everybody has to just be staring at the screen the whole time.
I feel bad for the gamer who has to do the same thing over and over.
Oh, right. Well,
he
must like it.
Unless they're just so good at improving Zelda songs that.
Oh, you know, you're sort of ruining some of the magic for me.
I don't know.
I thought he was just going for it. Alright. I guess it is just choreographed. Oh, man.
It may not be. It may not be. They might just know if you go to this area, this is going to happen. This guy comes up. I just assumed it's way easier if this guy just goes like this.
The perfect directions. Yeah, that makes sense.
Could be wrong. Hopefully I am.
What does the time say over there?
It is 8:59.
Well, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And play some music of our own.
Cool.
Unless there are any dangling threads. Do you have anything else that we were talking about but didn't get to?
I don't think so. Or it's gone.
Cool. Well, thanks again for joining me and for jamming, and we'll be right back. All right, so I never know what to do with the Instagram one because it's just a cell phone, and it's not going to hear anything I'm doing, but I guess that it can just still watch you play the drums.
Sure.
Or maybe I should just have I think I'm just going to have the interview portion on Instagram.
Okay.
And say, you can watch YouTube to find the rest of this. That makes sense.
Okay, if I grab some more water.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a purifier upstairs in the kitchen. We'll keep it there.
Okay.
All right. What do you think? Any adjectives? How do you feel? Are you getting a good mix in your?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Okay. cool.
That's super cool. We're getting some stuff in there. Oh man, that was really nice. Like rhythmically modulated, like that whole vibe. I liked the parts where it just became this like growling sort of undercurrent. Sweet. I'm glad you're number like 15 rather than number 3.
What?
Like number 15
That get weird.
I don't spend so much time playing the electric, so I'm always really concerned with like, oh, my tone, like I don't have specific touch points, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, where did all the volume go all of a sudden? I don't know. Because every now and then I'm getting some real fuzzy goodness. That's really nice. Oh yeah, so wait, my camera froze again, so let me diagnose that.
Cool.
We'll take a 2. But it sounds good. Alright, cool. Oh. I was like, wait, it's not. There, okay. Yeah, dude. Sick stuff.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna fix it one more time. Also because I want to grab an expression pedal.
Okay.
But then I'll just let it stay present.
Yeah.
Locking in.
Ah. Cool.
Cool. This is a real pleasure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't get to rock out this hard. Do you do this sort of breakdowny stuff in Phantom X?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm gonna listen to you guys more. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna. Maybe some tuning all around.
right now.
Yeah. Well, that's about time.
Cool, man.
What do you think?
That was a lot of fun.
Agreed. A lot of fun. All right, you ready to start a fifth band? Sixth band?
No.
Okay. I guess I'm talking into that mic and looking into this camera. Oh, I've frozen again, so I will talk. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Edwin, for joining me.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.